Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings of mercy of Allah to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. I seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan, the stone. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The topic is what Al-Quran says about husband and wife relationship. All of the mankind as human beings know something about themselves as men, and women also know something about themselves as women because of our creation. We are born under the certain rules and regulations, which we are like that, men and women, separately, differently. At the same time, we are being programmed by various Muslims, non-Muslims, men and women schools of thoughts about how a woman should behave and how a man should behave in the society, as well as interaction as husband and wives. There are books and there are literatures in the world that these are the duties and the rights of the woman, and these are the duties and the rights of the men. How to know what exactly, who are we? So we know by something by our creation and something we know by programming. Today you are going to hear what Allah has said, has spoken about as about men and women in general and in relationship. So this lecture will of course be mostly important for those men and women who are married already or who are intending to get married. They can benefit out of it if they believe and practice. The topic was what the Quran says about husband and wife. It should be wives. From the beginning, it creates a difference what we are programming to as men and women, as husband and wife. The whole world believes that man should take up as a single wife. I wrote the topic, what the Quran says about husband and wife relationship, singular, wife and husband, singular. But if you will, when we read the Quran speaks about one husband and plural wives as well. So generally in the concept of the world, people know as men and women as singular wife. They do not believe in plural wives as a general. So from the beginning it creates a difference. From by nature we know, but what we have been programmed, we all know that it should be one husband and one wife. You know this. So you'll be hearing certain differences and certain what Quran has exactly said about relationship. One relationship between husband and wife or one husband relation with many wives would be the same. There won't be difference. So that is why I've written down what the Quran says about husband and wife relationship. Whether two or three or one, the relationship will be the same. Whatever the behavior husband will have towards the wife, and whatever the behavior the wife will have towards the husband will almost the same. Before I discuss the direct ayahs, I would like to give you 2-3 words of Arabic. Like for example, the word used for husband is Baal. Baal, which means husband. And for the wife, the word generally used is Imrat, Imrah, or the Nisa, women. Women or Nisa. In the Quran, if you note the ayahs that are referred to as wife, the word is used as Imrat or Nisa. But they are used as non-married women as well as married women. So, but the word is used Zawj also as pairs. So I remember this. 3 words are used for women. Nisa is woman. Imrat is referred as wife as well as woman. And the third is the zawj. The zawj means pairs. 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 And also as wife or also as husband. Vice versa. Zawj is used for both sexes. For men and for women. My wife is a zawj to me and I am a zawj to her. In Arabic would be the same. So it is like this. So these are the 3 words used for women, but for men generally is used as Baal or Rijal as man. Man is just a man, not a husband. It is also a husband, but it is referred as Rijal as man. So the ayahs that I will read, the word will occur as Rijal, as man, or Nisa, as woman, or sometime Baal, if it is required for. Why I am saying this? Because the ayahs does not definitely say husband and wife in the Quran. The ayahs that I will read to you today. But you can understand it is referring to a husband-wife relationship by the context and the text that when I will read, you will understand that inshallah. Surah Rum 30 and ayah 21. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. And from his ayats, signs is that he created you for you pairs, wives, for your souls, so that you take satisfaction towards them. And he has put love and mercy between you. Surely in that are ayahs, signs for people who consider. Now, if you look into this ayah, another word I forgot to tell you is a nafs. In Arabic, nafs means the psyche, or the soul, or the self, nafsiyat, psychology. So in this ayat, if you note the pairs, look again, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا. That among his ayahs is that he created you for you pairs. Zawj, I told you Zawj means pairs, from your souls, from your psyche, from your psychology. So before I go further, you must understand the ayat is not referring to man, because the man is translated as Rijal. I told you in the beginning, Rijal means man, Baal means husband, and wife means Nisa or Imrat. Nisa means the woman, Imrat means the wife. But in Arabic here is azwaj, can be used for man, husband and wife, but the word is nafs, anfusukum azwaj. That in our psyche, in our psychology, there are masculine and feminine in our psychology. So Allah has made pairs within our psychology. Men, not men and women, masculine and feminine means masculine character traits, feminine character traits. That is the behavior by virtue you can understand this is a masculine character trait. This is a feminine character traits. It is to be found in both sexes, men and women both. It is within our psychology. Where did we get it? This is in the booklet, I just refer to a verse. You can note down the reference, and that reference is Surah Hujurat 49, 13 ayat. You write down the reference on this page. Surah Hujurat, that is 49, 13 ayat. Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa unsa wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qabaila lita'arafu. Inna akramakum indallah atqakum innallah alimun khabir. O mankind, surely we have created you from zakar. Zakar means muzakkar, that means masculine. Unsa means muannas, means feminine. Allah has created all of us, men and women, both with masculine and feminine in our psychology. Allah has created us, men means Rijal, woman means Nisa, both of us, all of us, in the psychology as masculine, Muzakkar, and Muannas. In Arabic, Zakara or Unsa. So that is the reference that you can get from this ayah, which I have given you, that in the Quran, Allah has created mankind from masculine and feminine. So we, men and women, both have masculine and feminine character traits. Sometimes the masculine trait within a woman, within a woman I start from, if the masculine trait with a woman is more, you can see the masculinity in her, you can see some hairs on her face, or sometimes she's aggressive. That's a masculine trait that I'm talking about. She'll be different. Sometimes males are behaving like a feminine. So what I'm referring to, you must understand what I'm describing. So masculine trait and a feminine trait is within both sexes. That's based on the book. So Allah has said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا. And from his ayahs is that he created for you min anfusikum, from your souls, nafs, psychology. Azwaj means pairs. Litaskunu ilayha, so that you take satisfaction towards them. وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً, and he has put love and mercy between you. Within you what? Between your masculine and feminine, he has made love and affection in individual. In one individual I'm talking about. Within myself there is a masculine, within myself is a feminine, and I'm as a man. I'm a man. So I must know what is the masculine trait described in the Quran, the male behavior, the Rijal, and I must know the feminine trait within the Quran, the female behavior, the woman behavior. I must know both. That is how I will govern myself, and that is how I will govern the female. The female should also know what is the masculine trait or what is the male described in the Quran, and what is the man described in the Quran, and what is the feminine described or a woman described in the Quran. So she can have love and satisfaction until unless she know the both. And that is Allah says that he has put love and affection between you, within one person. So generally in psyche they say the intelligence is the masculine and emotion is the feminine, of both male and female, of both sexes, the man and woman both. It's not referring to women only, that women are only emotional. No. The woman have got intelligence, the woman have got feelings. The man has got intelligence and the man has got feelings. But they are, Allah has put love and affection between them. They are combinedly, interactively, and they are combined together, and you are a human being. A Rijal, a man, or a Nisa, a woman. First of all, I will read what is the psychologically how the women are. What is the psychological personality Allah has described for women? In Surah Al Imran 3 and Ayah 14. زُيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ حُبُّ الشَّهَوَاتِ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ وَالْبَنِينَ وَالْقَنَاطِيرِ الْمُقَنطَرِ مِنَ الذَّهَبِ وَالْفِضَّةِ وَالْخَيْلِ الْمُسَوَّمَةِ وَالْأَنْعَامِ وَالْحَرْثِ ذَلِكَ مَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَاللَّهُ عِنْدَهُ حُسْنُ الْمَآبِ. Adornment for people is the love of desires for women and sons, and heaped up heaps of gold and silver and marked horses and cattle and cultivated land. That is the enjoyment of worldly life, and the beautiful resort is near Allah. In this ayah, the only point that I'm going to make is that the adornment for men and women both, adornment for men and women both is the love of desires from women, and then sons, and then gold, and etc. etc. There are other things that every man and woman wants to have gold. Every man and woman would like to have silver. Every man and woman would like to have cattle with him, or the marked horses they like to have. This is the enjoyment in the worldly life. The point from here I derived is that the women for men and women are adornment. Adornment. Adornment means that a man, when looks upon a woman, he's pleased, he's happy. And a woman looks upon a woman, she looks at her and she's also making each other happy. They are adornment, they are beautification, they are like gold. You look at a gold and you look at a coal. Would you like to, are you attracted towards the coal? No, but you like to have gold. Gold, what is happening to you towards the gold? It's not sexual, it's just liking. You like to have horses. So what I'm saying is, similarly, women are adornment. So now physically and psychologically, Allah has made them adornment. Men and women, they like to please. They like to, and we must appreciate because if I've got a gold, and you see the women wear golds, right? Women wear, so they show this gold to who? To other people. I'm wearing this because for men it's also gold. She's wearing a chain, or this and this of gold. So men eyes also go to the gold. Women eyes also go more appreciatingly to that gold. This woman is wearing. So gold is an adornment. Similarly, woman is an adornment for both sexes. Men, and so she must know that Allah has made her adornment for both sexes. So you must understand by the Quran, it is the men who have to admire women. It is always when you look for a girl, you must admire or marry that girl whom you like. And all your life you admire. Because they want to be adorned. They want to make you happy. You have to keep on admiring her, pleasing her all the time. This is their life psyche. If you do it to the man, he may like it sometime, but not all the time. Giving presents, the woman likes it. So what I'm saying is, this is the basic adornment. We must understand the women are the adornments. Al-Baqarah 2, ayah 2. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْمَحِيضِ قُلْ هُوَ أَذًى فَاعْتَزِلُوا النِّسَاءَ فِي الْمَحِيضِ وَلَا تَقْرَبُوهُنَّ حَتَّى يَطْهُرْنَ فَإِذَا تَطَهَّرْنَ فَأْتُوهُنَّ مِنْ حَيْثُ أَمَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ التَّوَّابِينَ وَيُحِبُّ الْمُتَطَهِّرِينَ. And they question you about the menstruations. Say it is a hurt, anxiety. So detach the woman in the menstruation, and you do not go near them until they are purified. So when they are purified, then come to them from where Allah has ordered you. Surely Allah loves those who returns, and He loves those who purify. Now we men, in all times, do not know, are uneducated of this process of menstruation with the women. So we are asking who? The messenger. So Allah said, they ask you, the messenger, about menstruation. Because this woman is having, this is a medical research, this is a medical research why the menstruations are there. I'm not a learned man of doctoral science. I just know that women have menstruations this much, and Allah is asking, the people are asking to the messenger about the menstruation. So Allah said, it is a hurt. Qul huwa adha. And other word in Arabic, adha, is adha. Actually it is adhan, but when you pause it, it becomes adha. So now Allah says, Qul huwa adha. Say it is a hurt, anxiety. And other meanings to this word is, they get irritated, they are hurt, they are depressed, they have tension, they are in grief, they feel lethargy, they are difficult in concentration, food cravings. So many things I have mentioned when they are in menstruation. Medically also you can find out, if you say, you feel like, no, I'm not like this, you said like this, no, I'm not. So I've said so many things. So woman has to come under some of these. You see, you tell the women, some women, they argue for nothing, for argument. You ask them, do you feel irritated during menstruation? No, I don't feel. Then you say, do you feel hurt? No, I don't feel hurt. Or you feel depressed? No, you feel don't. So when Allah says adha means adha. So one of these descriptive meanings she may fall into. So when Allah is provided this kind of behavior with the woman, she must understand. She must not fight against it. Now these men and these women, and including myself, we do not know this. So Allah has said, what you have to do? Detach from them, from the women in the menstruation. So you must understand first physically and psychologically, both. Meaning you have to detach from the women. You understand this meaning, detach? Attach, detach. And further it says, and do not go near to them until they are purified. First is detaching, then not going near. That means you were attached. Psychologically or physically, how can you be attached to the woman that Allah said be detached? Because we are sharing one bed. Normally husband and wife, do they share one bed or not? Yes or no? Generally yes. Exception to the rule. So now detach. During menses, detach. Meaning they should not share the bed. Physically detachment. Psychologically detachment is because they are irritated, because they are feeling hurt, because they are in tension, they may say certain things which may annoy you. You are not taking care of me. You are not doing this to me. I've been this and there are many, I'm not going to details. All women know. But listen to me very carefully, you men. Do not get involved in any kind of discourse. Detached with them means do not have any, don't comfort them. They don't want comfort. They are in that position that just detach. Detach means after the write down whatever the complaints you have, you write it down. Once the phase of this period passes by, we'll have a healthy discussion at that time. Because they are irritated, you know, a man is irritated sometime, a man you are trying to convey and he's irritated. So Allah is telling you that women are in that state of mind that you men should detach them. And women normally unconsciously get involved into a dialogue or a discussion or debate, and the husbands are not aware because Allah is saying detach, they don't understand. They get into a dialogue and debate. What is the result? Quarrel. A big quarrel. A real big quarrel. Enmity starts. You say certain words, it goes into the hearts of the woman. She keeps in her heart. And you, the man, because the man did not realize that she was not feeling well, he said it. So what happens is a big quarrel. So after the period passes by, the man has kept in his heart and the woman has kept in his heart. So that hurt is carried forward in the normal days. Then she will not give you 1 inch of room to have a dialogue. And neither you will give 1 inch room to have a dialogue. Because you are so much hurt. You have hurted your wife to an extreme case. And she has hurted you to an extreme case. You did not follow the commandment of Allah. Detached means psychological, physical, total detachment. It's not a disgrace. Do not ever woman should think it is a disgrace. It is betterment for you that man should not involve in any kind of discourse, any intercourse, no sexual, no mental. Ask her to write it down. Whatever the ill and hurts and feelings you've got it with me in these days, you write it down. And when the time comes by, when the time will pass over, then we'll sit down and have a dialogue. But no, not now. So that is why in the Quran Allah says, do not go near women, do not pray in these timings, because Allah says further, go near until they are purified. When they are purified, then come to them, and Allah has ordered you. Means do not go near them until they are purified. Purified means once they are under the state of menstruation, it's a hurt, and they are not purified. Meaning psychologically and physically they don't feel purified. Physically also, psychology also. It is in the ayat. So we must know. So in those times, Quran is also, Allah said, do not read the Quran, or that's a separate discussion, and you mean Salah. Because Salah is a communication with Allah. You are not purified. How can you? Allah said, La yamassuhu illa al-mutahharun. It is for men and women both. Men also are not purified. They can't touch the essence of Allah's ayahs. So women in these periods are not purified. They can't touch the essence of Allah's ayahs. So you must understand, men, believing men, it's an education. Whenever your wives are in that phase, it is you who have to detach. They have to get educate from them, because they are in that state of mind. Whatever the reason they may have, you can write it down. After 7 days, I will talk to you. And if you practice in life, then the healthy relationship begins. If you will not, if you read it and you keep on having those dialogues and you keep on having sleeping in the same time, believe me, it will depart. It will more. It will be to the extent of divorce. Believe me, because that's what's going on in the Western world or in the non-Muslim society. They don't practice this ayat. They try to prove by the medical science, okay, it is all right. Nothing happens. Astaghfirullah. And believe me, but there are theories. The fact is, it is that she feels this position. She should be separated in those times. And then Allah said, then come to them from where Allah has ordered you. This ayat is very clear. Every man knows how and when, how to go near women where Allah has ordered you. So now further, on page 5 and 6, Al-Baqarah 2, ayat 223. نساؤكم حرث لكم فأتوا حرثكم أنّا شئتم وقدموا لأنفسكم واتقوا الله واعلموا أنكم ملاقوه وبشر المؤمنين. Your women are a cultivated land for you. So come to your cultivated land how you will, and advance for your psyche and take guard of Allah, and know that you are going to meet Him, and give the good news to the believers. Now Allah is describing again the women's personality. First they were adornments. Now Allah said they are like cultivated land. Like Nisaakum harsul. For men they are cultivated land. Hars. Kheti in Urdu. You must understand. So Allah says, so come to your cultivated land how you will. How you will is meaning any manner to have a production of child, even test tube baby. Because what you do in cultivate, what is the cultivation? Cultivation means to produce in a land which produces something, right? So the men should know how the farmer take care of the cultivated land. Similarly, the woman should know that she's like born like this. She's made like this. Born, she's made like this. She's an adornment and she's a cultivated land. So the men should take care of the woman in a manner that she is a cultivated land. So, and Allah says, how you will, you come, you go to the cultivated, near the cultivated land as you like. So the how in the word annashi to mean how means in any manner. I'm telling you, in any manner, keeping in mind that they should have a children. You can consult doctors, you can consult anybody to have children. That is the main purpose of women. If you are not having relationship with your wives for cultivation, you are creating problem for you, because she is made for cultivation. And if you are not having children, because I got married and in America and Western world they say we lived 3-4 years together, we will not have children, we'll just try to see how we understand each other. You know, this is the stupidest idea of living together, having any kind of relationship. The woman will not like you an inch if she doesn't have a child from you. You remember this, the Quran says you have not touched any woman. Maryam says, how can I have a child when no man has touched me? Man can only touch a woman if she bears a child from that man. No woman is being touched by a man, even if you have a sexual relationship. But if she doesn't have a child from you, you have not touched her. Remember this, you have not touched any woman physically, sexually, whatever you have done to her, but if she has not produced a child from you, she has no regard, nothing has happened to her. Because Allah says if she takes a divorce, she can marry immediately. She can get married immediately. She doesn't have to go through that iddat or the counting of the periods. But a man who's got children from any woman, 4 months and 10 days for a widow, and 3 months and other periods are required, maybe 3 months, 6 months, that is a different issue. Divorce, I'll be delivering a lecture on divorce, that how it takes place. It takes some time for women to forget the man whom she bore a child. That means she's being touched. If you have not have any children from any woman, has not. So remember, so now Allah says she's a cultivated land. So however you will, meaning you can plan with your wife for having children. But your aim should be to have children. And advance good deeds for your souls. Advance good for your souls. What? What we do is, when we have to do, we have to appreciate, give some gift, nice manners, so that it becomes a memory of good in the past. You know, we are leading a life where we are having relationship with our husband and wives. We use certain words. If you are using good words, they remain good in the memory of the women and men. Or if you use bad words or wrong words, and it leaves a bad memory. So Allah says advance. Advance means go, send ahead. Good words for your souls. And take guard of Allah and know that you are going to meet Him and give the good news to the believers. So the believers is the good news. So when you have to share this kind of sexual relationship, you must know you can do any manner, you can have any kind of relation with your wives, but advance good deeds, good works to each other, both of them. But it is referring to male here. Similarly, the timings are mentioned. Similarly, the ribaldry is mentioned. So what I'm saying, but you should know that you should plan the difference of one child to another child. 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, whatever. But she should be used for cultivation, not for any other purpose only.